Today I am teaching you basic slab technique. To begin, let me remind you to wedge the clay. You will gently drop it onto your surface, and this will help work the air bubbles out of the clay. Once you have wedged your clay, you will take a wire tool and draw it through the clay and check for air bubbles. There are no air bubbles. Put your clay back together, press it together, and gently tap it together. Next, you'll be using 2 wooden sticks for clay rolling guides. Place your clay in between the rolling sticks and gently press down with your rolling pin, flipping your clay and turning it a quarter of a turn every few rolls. This will bring your clay to approximately a half of an inch. Next, you're going to roll your clay to approximately a quarter of an inch, continuing the lift and turn technique. Cut your clay and check the thickness with a ruler or other device. I'm checking to make sure that it's thinner than this stick. Next, you're going to take your clay and cut a shape out of it. Now this can be a basic rectangle or some other shape. You may actually play around with this. I'm going to use a needle tool to draw a curved line at the top and a straight line at the bottom. I will draw straight lines at the side using my rolling pin or ruler as a guide. The next step I'm going to do is using a toothbrush. I'm going to slip and score my edges so that I can join them permanently together. Dipping my toothbrush into a cup of water, I'm going to scratch up both edges. Feel free to add a little more water. Bring the edges of the clay together and gently slide them together until they become locked into place. Use your fingers to smooth out the seam. Since I made an irregularly shaped line at the top of my clay, I have an irregularly shaped top at the top of my vessel. I am fine with this, but if I wanted to, I could use a tool like a fettling knife or a wire tool or a needle tool to change the shape. I'm flaring the edge out slightly and using my fingers, smoothing out the edge. Next, I'm going to place my clay onto my scrap clay. And using my needle tool, I'm going to gently cut around the base of my container. I might not cut it perfectly the first time. I can always go back and recut. Now I need to join the walls of my container with the bottom of my container. I like to do matching marks where I draw or incise a align in several places. Then I can take my toothbrush, slip and score my edges, and the bottom of my container. I then look for my marks and match them up. I gently turn and the clay will join. Start smoothing out the bottom seam and start finishing your container. I have a finished example here. You will notice that I have added a leaf to the front of this. This will add texture once I fire it in the kiln. I have also written my name, date, and hour on the bottom of my container. This leaf will fire out in the kiln during the firing process. Make sure you refer to your requirement list to make sure that you have met all your requirements before completing your project. Thank you.